What if I told you na may legal na paraan to grow your retirement savings tax-free? Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's real, and it's called PERA, or the Personal Equity and Retirement Account. Pero is it worth it? Let's break it down. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Christina and I've been making videos about trading and investing in the stock market. To make this more organized, ito yung mga pag-uusapan natin. Aalamin natin ano yung pera, ano yung mga benefits nito, paano ito gumagana, saan tayo mag-i-invest, kailan ba pwedeng mag-withdraw, gagawa rin tayo ng sample computation, paano ba tayo magsisimula mag-invest sa pera, what I like and what I don't like about it, at kung sulit ba itong investment para sa retirement mo. So if you're looking for a way to save and invest for the long term with tax benefits, then watch this video until the end. Pero bago yon, disclaimer muna. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Always do your research. I-assess mo din yung risk before making any investment decisions. Kailangan mo talaga siyang suriin. Kailangan mo talaga siyang pag-aralan. I will be putting all the resources in the description of this video so you can do your due diligence aside from watching this video. So, let's go. Ano ba yung PERA? PERA actually stands for Personal Equity and Retirement Account. It's a long-term and voluntary savings program provided by the law para encourage yung mga Filipinos to save and invest. Pero baka tatanungin mo, meron namang SSS, GSIS, or Pag-ibig MP2. Anong difference nito? Basically, PERA is supplementary to the SSS, GSIS, or Pag-ibig MP2. Primarily, ang aim is for retirement and for pension. Think about it, it's really not about what's the best investment. Yung investment kasi, if makakatulong yan as a vehicle para ma-reach yung goals mo, kasi gastusin mo yan lahat. If you can, this is a good supplementary version to it. Konting history lang tayo para meron tayong konting kaalaman ng background ng PERA. Eto, magugulat ka. Kasi nagulat ako. Paano yung gulat? The PERA Act was actually signed into law August 22, 2008 and the tax incentives became effective 2009. Imagine, sobrang tagal na niya. Ayon sa aking pagsasaliksik, parang naging digitalized lang siya maybe around the year 2000s. At ginagawa ko tong video na to dahil ngayon ko lang siya nalaman. Dahil sa Dragonfly. But we'll talk about that later. For now, let's talk about the benefits of PERA. Sa PERA, there are three main benefits. Number one, income earned is tax-free. If tambay ka sa channel na to, when I talk about the stock market, every time we buy and sell shares of stocks, may tax tayo na binabayaran. Every time na makareceive tayo ng dividends, may 10% na withholding tax. Kada hinga mo sa buhay, may tax. Tapos kapag nagbenta ka ng stocks or ng shares, meron kang sales tax na makikita sa receipt. At marami pang iba. Sa banks, sa savings, diba? If you look at your bank statement, meron din yan, makikita ka na withholding tax. So yun nga, kada hinga may tax. Sa PERA, the income earned is tax-free. Mukhang maliit lang naman siya, I mean, the tax, kung titingnan mo, small percentage lang siya of the whole transaction when you buy and sell stocks. Pero in the long term, dahil nga yung PERA is a long-term voluntary retirement savings plan, malaking tulong din siya. Number two, the benefit is the 5% tax credit. If you are a PERA investor, you are entitled to a 5% tax credit on your total contribution per year. So dahil hindi din naman siya mawa 100%, may maximum contribution kasi per year na eligible lang yung 5% na tax credit. 200,000 pesos for Filipinos na nandito sa Pilipinas. Now if you're an OFW, up to 400,000 siya. Pwede ka ba mag-invest ng more than 200,000 or if an OFW more than 400,000? Pwede. Pero hindi na siya kasama dun sa 5% na tax credit. Okay na rin. And then the third benefit is that hindi siya considered na asset. So meaning kung hindi siya asset, it is not used for insolvency or estate tax. Insolvency, you are declaring bankruptcy, like you need to repay some loans. So they cannot take away PERA kasi that's not an asset. Tapos yung estate tax, kapag ka nategi yung may-ari, if the contributor, kunyari tayo, the investor dies, the beneficiary can take the PERA without paying for the estate tax anymore. So yun yung tatlong benefits. Next, who makes the PERA work? Kasi yung mga taong involved dyan. If you look at the Philippine stock market, diba? We talk about the Philippine stock market, you have Philippine Stock Exchange, you have the stockbroker, tapos ikaw, and then it's regulated by Securities and Exchange Commission. May mga agencies or mga tao na involved in the process. Sa PERA, meron din. You have the administrator, the custodian, the product provider, and the contributor. First, yung PERA admin. So sila yung mga entity na accredited by BIR or Bureau of Internal Revenue. Tapos they are responsible for overseeing the PERA. So ang mga functions nila ay ito. Reporting on the contributions made to the account. Sila din yung nagko-compute ng value of the investment. Sila din yung nag-educate sa mga contributor. They also enforce contributions and withdrawal limit. They collect appropriate taxes then and penalties for the government. Sila yung nagsisecure ng tax credit certificates for the contributor. Sila din yung nagko-consolidate na report on all investments, income, expenses, and withdrawal of the account, ensuring that PERA contributors are invested in accordance with the prudential guidelines set by the regulatory authority. It can be a bank and then insurance corporations, and the first securities broker na accredited nito is Dragonfly. So meron na din siya. Sa aking panunuri, at pagsasaliks, mukhang matagal na nga siya, matagal na siya na in-offer ng BDO, BPI at ATRAM. Hindi ko sure kung ba't hindi ko siya alam. So baka alam nyo. Pero anyways, ngayon nagka-interest ako because the first securities broker na PERA admin is Dragonfly. And they will start offering this by third quarter or around July 2025. The next one is the custodian. Yung custodian, unrelated siya sa administrator. Accredited naman siya ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. They hold the PERA cash or the PERA securities or both. So basically, they just add a layer for the checks and balances. And then the last one is the contributor, which is you and me. And then again, for contributors, the maximum contribution with tax benefits is 200,000 per local contributor and 400,000 for OFWs. Anything in excess will no longer be eligible for the tax benefits. Okay, so parang medyo may interest na, no? The next question would be where to invest. Actually, there are two ways to invest pala. Una, pwede pala siya through the employer. So since it is voluntary, hindi lahat ng employers are offering it. But if meron, it's good to take it. So may napanood akong video ni Sir John Lim ng Dragonfly with ANC, na pupunta sila sa mga corporations to talk about it and offer it to the employer. So if your employer meron ito, better to take it, Or kung ayaw mo naman, okay lang din kasi the second way naman is to invest na ikaw ang gagawa as an individual contributor. But here's the tricky part. Ikaw yung pipili kung saan mo i-invest. Self-directed siya, so may discretion ka kung saan mo ilalagay. So ito yung mga pwede niyang paglagyan. Pwede shares of stock, UITF, mutual fund, annuity contract, insurance pension product, pre-need pension plans, exchange trading bonds, at marami pang iba. Sa Dragonfly, ito yung mga available. Stocks that are part of the PSEI. So, top 30 stocks pwede kang mamili. Dividend yield index at saka REITs. I think it's better to put it in dividend yield index and REITs kasi nga, whenever we get dividends, we have 10% withholding tax agad. So, putting it in PERA, parang medyo may portion of it na tax-free siya. And then they also have PERA-specific UITF, and in the future, ito daw yung pwede nalang i-offer. Now, the tricky part, as I mentioned, is that if you don't understand any of it, ano yung REIT, ano yung dividend yield, ano yung PSEI, I think yun yung magiging difference niya when just putting your money on SSS or Pag-ibig MP2 kasi parang, sige, ilagay mo na siya without thinking too much on ano bang ibig sabihin ng mga bagay-bagay na to. But, if tambay ka nga sa channel na to and you do have knowledge about REITs, stock market, PSEI, dividends, and all that, you can pick and choose the stocks or REITs na gusto mong ilagay sa PERA. Separately on your PERA admin account or even separately on your Pag-ibig MP2 or your SSS contribution. Again, it's supplementary as a vehicle offered to Filipinos para ma-diversify yung options natin, what we can have in the future for our retirement. Ang mga nakita ko sa aking pagsasaliksik ay hindi siya as enticing as now as before because of the fees. For some na I've read in the comment section na matagal na sila nag-start with PERA, sabi nila malaki daw yung fees. Now, I was researching magkano yung magiging fees with Dragonfly. Ito yung nakalagay sa website nila that they are finalizing pa the fees to make it reasonable, So sana if it would match the current broker fees when you buy and sell stocks, which is just 0.25%, then that's better. Kasi if you're a stock investor, sanay ka sa 0.25% na commission ng stockbroker. So that's something that we can look forward to and something that you can add on your research as we get closer to quarter 3 of this year. So next question is, kailan ko ba makukuha yung investment ko? When you invest in the stock market, you know that you can always buy and sell or you can always sell and withdraw anytime. Dito sa PERA, since it is a voluntary long-term retirement plan, long-term talaga siya. So, ito yung rules. There is a 55-5 rule, meaning you have to be 55 years old with at least 5 years of contribution for you to claim the tax benefits na na-mention ko earlier part of this video. Pero may exception dun sa 55 and 5 rule. Una, syempre, anong gagawin natin? Hindi ka umabot ng 55, diba? So, the beneficiaries can get the investment. They can claim it tax tax-free. Another valid reason is permanent and total disability. Kasi hindi ka na nga makakapaghulog. You probably wouldn't have an active income anymore. So, you can just present certain documents that you are rendered permanent and totally disabled. And then the other one is hospitalization in excess of the 30 days due to accident illness. So, dito naman magpe-present ng doctor's certificate. And the last one is if you're transferring from one PERA admin to another. Take note then that if you still want to contribute after the age of 55, pwede din naman siya. Another scenario, kung hindi ka patay, hindi ka totally disabled, or you wanna withdraw your PERA savings early, magkakaroon ka ng penalty, and the tax credits, hindi mo na din siya makukuha sa BIR. So, medyo malaki siya. So, consider this very carefully because it's a long-term commitment, guys. Make sure na yung i-invest mo ng pera is sobra at hindi mo kailangan up until 55 years old. So, again, unlike stocks naman, sa stocks, you can sell anytime, wala kang penalty. So, yun yung pinagkaiba niya. At the exciting part, hindi pala exciting kasi may we will do a sample computation. So, your money is not guaranteed, ha? Tatandaan nyo. Your money is not guaranteed. It's not like SSS or Pag-ibig MP2 kasi they're government guaranteed. You can still lose your money in pera, especially if you're putting it on equities. So, this is sample computation that I found in the website of Dragonfly. So, let's assume na maghuhulog ka ng 50,000 per year sa pera account mo in the next 30 years. Estimate na kikitain is if ever na on average you're earning 5% of dividends at 3% annual capital appreciation. Capital appreciation, I mentioned that in other videos, yung kunyari mababa yung presyo ng stock tapos tumaas. Yan yun. This is very, very conservative na ginamit nila 3% kasi I've seen some stocks and REITs go up na 6%, 7% in months and in years. So, conservative tong 3% na ginamit nila. And also the 5% ng dividend yield conservative. So, sabi dito, ang total contribution mo for that 30 years is 1.5 million and ang mangyayari, given dun sa 5% and 3%, ang magiging total portfolio value mo after that is 7.1 million. Tapos, yung sa dividends, sa sinasabi niya, you'll have a steady income of 356 pa per year from dividends alone. So, imagine that. Divide mo siya sa 12, yun yung makukuha mo. Much, much better and much, much higher than what you'll get on your SSS. And again, it's supplementary kasi hindi naman absolute values yung 5% and 3%. I hope that you still understand the risk that you're getting into when you invest in investment vehicles like this. So, those are just assumptions. Depende sa performance na market, pwede siyang maging 3%, pwedeng 7%, pwedeng 9%. Now, I know you're super, super excited. Parang, I can take the risk. I'm a risk taker. Okay na to. Next question is, paano mo mag-invest? So, ito muna yung take note mo. If you're really, really, really interested, may mga requirements. So, requirements is that you have to be an income earner kasi yun yung ihuhulog mo. Kailangan may ihuhulog ka, no? Next is that you need to be a Filipino citizen or a local resident. You need to be 18 years old and above. And ito lagi ang pinaglalaban ng sambayan ng Pilipinong gustong mag-invest in. Kailangan mo ng tax ID. Na-mention naman natin ang mga tax credit incentives, no? So, anything that about tax, BIR is there, you need your tax ID. Kung wala kang tax ID, you need to start getting one. And if you're abroad, you can go through the Oros BIR system right here and just follow along the instructions para makakuha ng digital TIN ID. According dito sa Section 4 ng RA 9505, you can have a maximum of 5 PERA account at one time provided isa lang yung PERA admin mo. So yun, pwede yun. And then you can open an account. Makita mo yan sa website ng BPI, BDO, ATRAM. Pero I'm really, really waiting on Dragonfly sa quarter 3 of 2025. Okay, so kahit hindi yun naman hinihingi yung opinion ko, I will talk about what I like and what I don't like about PERA. First, what I don't like na may maximum. Siyempre, gusto natin walang tax, no? Pero alam nyo, maganda na tong 200k for local investors and 400k for OFW na max with tax benefits. Bakit? Kasi when I was researching, may nakita ko na mga 2021 na videos, 100,000 for local investors and 200,000 for OFW siya dati. So, lumaki na siya ngayon. So, sana lumaki pa konti ulit, bumable ulit in the future, no? So, for now, yun muna yung max contribution with tax benefits. Oh, what I also don't like about it is that if you're older and about to retire, I think you have to be more conservative na. Kasi diba, isipin mo may rule din sila na at least 5 years of contribution. Again, this is an option. There are other options for if you're kind of late in the game. So that's why I'm always pounding it if you're younger and may capacity ka to do side hustles, earn as much dun sa current job mo and just pound on different investment vehicles while you are still young. Something that I didn't do earlier that I wish I had to, this is a great opportunity that you can start researching on. In addition, no, if you're working in addition to your SSS or Pag-ibig MP2 investments, or if you already have REIT investments, no. So yun lang. Mag-isip ako ng iba pag may naisip ako. Or if there's anything that you can put in the comment section na what you don't like about it, baka na-missed out ko, then it would help us learning together. Eto na. What I like about it is that it's backed up by the law, by BIR and with BSP. You know na may risk, pwedeng malugi pa rin yung investments mo, but it's legit. So what I like about it is the tax advantages na na-mention ko kanina. As I mentioned at the start of this video, hindi ko talaga to alam. Hindi ko talaga siya na-encounter. But what I do remember is that last year when I met Sir John Lim of Dragonfly, no, he was talking about this very, very passionately, and then ako parang, hindi ko siya naiintindihan. He was talking about something that he was so passionate about that he wished merong something na yung retirement system sa US na meron din sanang something similar for Filipinos, no? Pero this is what I can remember. He was so passionate about bridging the pension gaps. He was saying that only 20% of seniors ay covered ng SSS, and the average payout is 5,000 per month. And then according to BSP din daw, average Filipinos only have 3 to 6 months of savings for their retirement. Kasi nga, as I mentioned, that's supplementary to what the SSS, GSIS, or Pag-ibig MP2 is offering. And also, as someone who is investing in the Philippine stock market, our problem is liquidity. We always rely sa foreign investors para gumalaw-galaw at mabuhay-buhay ang stock market natin. With this, Sir John was saying, and he was so passionate about getting that liquidity domestically. Now, why rely on foreign investors if we can get the liquidity domestically? And he believes that PERA is the solution. Ngayon, iniisip ko why it didn't take off nung 2016, no? Ito yung mga napanood ko sa ibang interviews niya. Sabi niya, there was very little awareness. Tapos, yung mass adoption, kulang dahil hindi siya as digitalized as now. Ang intindi ko, hindi ko alam kung mali ako or tama ako, no? Pag sa banks, you don't see it. It's not transparent until you talk to your bank to get the transparency on the status of your UITF or your PERA investment. With Dragonfly, what they're trying to do is, nasa app mo na siya, kita mo na siya, so mas digital siya through your mobile app. And also, the products were not as exciting. So, dati nga kasi you can pick and choose from stocks, lagi siyang mutual funds or UITFs. Ngayon, pwede ka na mag-pick and choose ng stocks that you want. So, if you're someone who's a bit knowledgeable in the Philippine stock market and how to research on individual stocks, then this is the great alternative investing with tax benefits pa, diba? So, yun lang. If you're too excited to get your PERA account ready, wala pa. Sa July pa siya. Dragonfly envisions to launch it July of this year, 2025. I will make sure to make another video of that. And also to mention that this video is not sponsored. Sobrang nag-geek out lang ako dun sa PERA kasi nag-catch siya ng attention ko. And to those who have been watching the channel, I would always tell you na kahit 9 years na akong trading and investing in the stock market, I would always be a student of the market. And there's just so much to learn at napakaraming interesting things going on. Lagi may innovation. Sana magtuloy-tuloy, no, na mas marami pang ways like this to entice Filipinos in the local market to invest locally. So, para notified ka para sa next video that will come out once the PERA launches with Dragonfly, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell para ma-notify ka kung kailan lalabas yung video na yun. Again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next video. God bless po!